Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from Saratoga Racecourse here on opening day. It's Thursday, the 16th of July, 2020. We're going to look at almost all the races here on opening day from Saratoga, but before I get on to that, remember to please follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Kit 5 for more selections for race courses around the world, and also join me Saturday for my Haskell preview, and also some more Saratoga previews. But it's an excellent opening day card from Saratoga. The late pick 4 looks very fun, so we're going to look at that, and we're going to look at almost all the races except the fourth race. We'll talk about that in a little bit, but that's a race that looks wide open. But let's get to the opener right now from the opener from the Spy. It's a claiming race, purse $30,000, race for 3-year-olds and upwards. Never went through races here. Going for a claim price $14,000. We have a field of 9 horses heading to the main track. 1 lap round, which is 1,800 meters in circumference, with a distance of ground of 1 mile and 1/8 on the main track. 1,800, 1 mile 1/8. And some slight changes at Saratoga this year, along with no fans, of course, but on the main track, they actually put a new inner running rail. So it's a new hub rail, which looks a lot, first thing, it looks a lot aesthetically pleasing to the eye, and also it's a lot safer for the jockeys and the horses, so it's good that Naira's changing the rails. And also the turf course, I believe they fixed some of the drainage, if I'm not mistaken. I read an article a few weeks ago, but they always do those good improvements at Saratoga to make the racing better. And the track, they redid also. They worked on the track, so it's hopefully a little safer. With that being said, my top selection in the opener, I'm going to go with the 6-horse Guy Caballero. I'm going to go 6-2-1-7 in the superfecta, 6-2-1-7 super. Top selection 6-horse Guy Caballero. The 6-year-old gelded by Quality Road. Rudy Rodriguez trains. Iritis Jr. gets to mount. Most recently, the horse ran the 16th of February at Gulfstream Park, 1 mile off the turf and claiming $25,000. And the horse finished third by 1/4 lengths there. Off the slight refreshing, he set the pace, he hit the wall late. What can you do? He just couldn't keep up there. 2 back at Calder, 6.5, and a claiming 35 to 30,000. He finished second by 2 1/4 lengths. He stalked all the way around the race course, was closing up well late. I thought it was an okay effort. And then before that at Gulfstream Park, May of 2019, a mile 16th and opposite 25, he finished 5th by 6 1/4 lengths there, and he just really hit the wall there, couldn't keep up. Stepping down in class to this race today, a mile and 1/8 at Saratoga, you need to be drawn well, which I think he is. He has the forwardly speed to run a good race here, and he's been training well. I'm going to give him a shot here at 2-1. His races at Gulfstream in early 2019 can definitely, if he runs those races today, he can definitely run a big one. So at 2-1, we'll use him along with the 2-horse Grit and Glory. And I wonder when the last time an apprentice rider won the first race at Saratoga. But Luis Cardenas is on this one. Most recently at Belmont, mile 16th and claiming 14. The horse finished third by 11 lengths off the break on a very weird track, very muddy, gloppy track. The horse couldn't get a good run. Finishing third by 11 lengths, was very wide throughout. But coming here second off the break, mile and 1/8 Saratoga, where the horse ran a very good race last year. I'm going to give him another shot also, so definitely use him on the multis. But to recount my selection for the opener from Saratoga, let's take the 6-horse Guy Caballero. Also give kudos to the 2-horse Great and Glory. We'll go 6-2-1-7 in the superfecta, 6-2 in the multi-race. Let's get to the second event. Race number 2. It is a maiden claiming race, purse $57,000. Race is for maidens, 3-year-olds and upwards. Going for a claim price $75,000. 10 horses are entered, but the 2 and 4 are MTOs. So 8 will head to the inner turf course, a distance of ground of 1,700 meters, or the 1 mile and 1/16 trip on that inner turf course. 1,700 meters, 1 mile 1/16. My top selection here, we're going to go with the number 10 horse, who is Scano. We'll go 10-8-5-4 in the superfecta, 10-8-5-1 in the superfecta, 10-8-5-1 super. Top selection, the 10 horse Scano. This 3-year-old originally by Bernardini. Tom Albertrani trains. Javier Castellano gets to mount. Most recent outing came the 20th of June at Belmont, 1 mile maiden 75,000, and the horse finished third by 1.5 lengths. He was with them early on, but then he had a tough trip in the straightaway. He just couldn't quicken up late. It just wasn't his day to win. But coming here, 2-turn mile 16, back to Saratoga, where the horses run okay in the past. Not great, but just okay. I'm going to give him another shot. 2 back at Gulfstream, 1 mile and maiden 50,000. He finished second by a neck, and I thought he was really running a good race late. A little bit wide. He just missed late. But, he ran a respectable run. And then before that, made special weight for 38,000 at Gulfstream, mile 16th off turf on the dirt. He finished third by 9 1/4 lengths there. It was very wide, and I just don't think he was agreeing with the dirt that afternoon. And then before that 5th of April mile at Goldstream in the lawn, made 38,000. He finished 4th by 2 lengths, moved a little bit late, but had a little bit of a trouble trip earlier on in the race. But coming here, if he could be a little bit more forwardly placed on the center turf course that can play towards speed a lot of the time, I'll be very confident with him. 7-2, let's take him. Second leg this winner, I'm going to take the 8-horse Mutta Camille. Chad Brown trains this one for Shadwell. Stepping on the turf for the first time, and it looks like turf might be agreeing with this horse. Most recently, just couldn't get a good run at Belmont first off the break. But the races, especially at Aqueduct, I thought if those races weren't half bad. Closing up from the back pack with his running style should really do well on the turf. 5-2. We'll also use him as the wise guy horse on the multis. But to recap my selection for the second from Saratoga, let's take this 10-horse Scano. Also give kudos to the 8-horse Mutta Camille. We'll go 10-8-5-1 in the superfecta, 10-8 in the multi-race to the third. The third race from Saratoga, it's an allowance race per $74,000. Race for fillies, mares, 3-year-olds and upwards. Never won 10,000. Maiden claim starter, state bred allowance racer. It's never won 2 races. We have a field of 5 horses heading to the main track. The distance of ground of 1,200 meters, or the distance of ground of 6 furlongs on the main track. 1,200 meters, 6 furlongs, main track. My top selection here, we're going to go with the number 4 horse, Glass Ceiling. We'll go 4-5-2-3 in the superfecta. 4-5-2-3 super. Top selection of 4 horse, Glass Ceiling. 3-year-old filly by Constitution. Danny Gargan trains. Irotis Jr. gets the mount. Most recently, they ran the horse in the Grade 1 Acorn at Belmont. 1 mile June the 20th, and the horse finished 7th by 90 lengths. Gamin ran a terrific race. Just kept going. Could have went around another 5 times and still won that easily. This horse just was never into it. Tougher horses. It wasn't the day to win. Stepping down in class, going to 3/4 today. I think this horse should really improve a lot. 2 back in option 75 at Goldstream Park. 7 furlongs, May the 16th. The horse won by 3 3/4 lengths and basically sat on the front and all throughout. A little drifting that day, but first out the break, a little green. Need the race, but it was still a well done race. And then before that, 24th of January at Aqueduct, 7 furlongs in the start allowance race. The horse won by 3, stalking, getting lead. And that was a very good run there. And then before then, Demoiselle, around 2 turns. This horse is just not a router. Really couldn't get a trip, finishing 7th by 14.5 lengths. Just wasn't the day to win. But coming here back to a sprinting trip, lesser quality horses. 4-1, I think this horse is loaded, along with the 5-horse Palomita. Chad Brown trains when Tyler Gaffleone gets mount. Horse hasn't been seen since March. That came at Aqueduct, where he placed in a very tough allowance race. But coming here, off the break, training well. At 9-5, we'll use her also. But to recap my selection for the third from Saratoga, let's take the 4-horse, Glass Ceiling. Also give kudos to the 5-horse, Palomita. We'll go 4-5-2-3 in the superfecta, 4-5 in the multi-race. Now the 4th race, it's a very tough main special. A lot of these horses are making their first or second starts. It's the race you want all in the multis, I think. So just all it, because it looks so random. I think you give, out of the 7 horses, I think 5 of them have a chance. So we're going a little, in the first few legs, we're going to only go 2 deep. I think you go a little extra heavy in this race. So let's head over to race number 5 now from Saratoga. Race number 5 from Saratoga, it's an allowance optional claimer per $67,000. Race for 3-year-olds and upwards. New York breds here, which have never won $13,000 twice at a main claim starter, or which never won 3 races, or a claim price of $40,000. We have a field of 8 horses heading to the main track. The distance of ground of 1,200 meters, or the distance of ground of 6 furlongs on the Saratoga main track. 1,200 meters, 6 furlongs, main track. Top selection, we're going to go with the number 6 horse here, Leaky Cup. We'll go 6-2-7-8 in the superfecta, 6-2-7-8 super. Top selection, 6 horse, Leaky Cup. This 4-year-old gelding by Central Banker. John Kimmel trains. Junior Alvarado gets the mount. Most recently, they ran the horse first off break on the 19th of June at Belmont, 6.5 and option 40 for state breds, and the horse finished 3rd by 4 lengths. Before the race was very rambunctious, broke through the gate, and and then during the race, he showed a little bit early on, but then kind of hit the wall late. The horse needed the race, was really over-geared up. Coming here, hopefully a little quieter today. Second off the break, the horse here, I think, really run a better race. 2 back at Aqueduct, then Valentine's Day, 6 furlongs on option 40. The horse finished second by a half a length there. Was on the front end early on, got caught right before the wire. Just couldn't keep up there, and the horse should have won there. And then before that, 6 furlongs at Aqueduct and option 40. The horse finished 4th by 11 1/4 lengths there. Was with them early on, but then really just couldn't keep a final quarter and really hit the wall there. You can say the same for the race before at Aqueduct, at Belmont, 6 furlongs, option 40, where the horse finished 3rd by 1 quarter lengths. And again, he was with him early on, but just couldn't keep the final momentum. But has run here at Saratoga in the past. Has won for one of those track, winning on the soft last August in Allowance race for 80,000. Won by 5.5. The horse just kept going, even though the horse had a horrible beginning. But coming here, hopefully off the break, second off the break, could show a lot more speed. 6-1, I think this is a live horse, along with the 2-horse Steam Engine at 8-1. Jose Ortiz gets the mount for Brad Cox. Most recently at Belmont, another horse, he just really hit the wall mid-race and couldn't keep up. Second off the break, back to Saratoga. I'm going to give this horse a shot. His debut here of 2 years ago wasn't bad, and, the 2-year-old form on this horse wasn't bad, but the 3-year-old's form, especially towards the end of last year, wasn't the best. But coming here off a break second to 8-1, I think this horse could blow up this pick 5. So to recap my selection for the 5th from Saratoga, let's take the 6-horse Leaky Cup as a top selection. Also give kudos to the 2-horse Steam Engine. We'll go 6-2, 7-8 in the superfecta, 6-2 in the multi-race. To the 6th event. Race number 6 from Saratoga. It's a main claiming race purse, $45,000. Race for mains 3-year-olds and upwards here. Going for a claim price, $40,000. We have a field of 16 horses entered, including a part of an entry. But keep in mind the 12, 13, 14, and 1A are MTOs. So we'll be down to a field of 12 horses heading to the Melon turf course, the debut of the Melon for the season, the distance of ground of 1,100 meters, or the 5.5 furlong trip on the Melon turf course. 1,100, 5.5 furlongs. And the rails are up today. I believe they're at 9 feet, but I didn't get the official 12 feet actually. For some reason, it didn't say it in the racing form for the inner turf course, but they're up at 12 feet today, so not so far out. But the top selection, we're going to go with the number 6 horse here, who is No Bad Days. We'll go 6-7-2-9 in the superfecta, 6-7-2-9 supers. Top selection 6-horse No Bad Days. This 3-year-old gelding by Carpe Diem. Nick Zito trains. Joe Rosario gets the mount. Most recently, they ran the horse the 23rd of May at Churchill. 7 furlongs, main 50. First time facing older horses. The horse finished 7 by 12 and 3/4 lengths there. Was very wide and just hit the wall. It wasn't the day to win. Coming here second off the break to turf for the second time, where this horse showed promise last time he stepped on the lawn. I'm going to give it a shot. Before that, he ran on Oaklawn on the 8th of March, 1 mile and main 75,000, and the horse finished 4th by 4 and 3/4 lengths. Kind of stalked all the way around the race course. Just need that extra turn of foot, which he didn't have. Maybe a cutback to 5.5 should be good today. And then at Oaklawn, 1 mile and main 50, he finished 4th by 7 lengths. Again, he needed that extra turn of foot late. The mile might have just been too long. He started on the turf once. That came last August here at Saratoga on the Melon, 1 mile 16th and main 90, where he finished 5th by 9 lengths. He set the pace early on. He just couldn't keep the mile 16th late. But coming here, doesn't look like he needs the pace to be on this front end. I think he can be from a stalling position here today, and he gets a good rider with a good finishing rider, Joel Rosario, up. At 12-1, let's take him. The 7 horses you're second likeliest winner. The 7-horse Sir Chubby. Tom Bush trains when Javier Castellano gets him out. Most recently, on the 27th of June at Belmont, a mile 16th on the inner and main 40. The horse finished 5th by 5 lengths, and he was very wide and had nothing. Before that, had decent place at Saratoga, at Belmont in a 1 mile event. But coming to a 5.5 furlong trip, if there's going to be a closer winning, I think it could be him at 6-1. Let's use him. And while we're here talking, because this is a very wide open race, the number 2 horse here, Mr. Everything, so he's going to have to overcome a wide post draw, but it wouldn't surprise me if he gets a good trip also, so definitely use him on the multis. And I also think the 9-horse Propensity, probably said the wrong partner, but it wouldn't surprise me if he gets a good race on the front end, so we'll use him also. Like I said, very wide open race for this late pick 5 to start it off. To recap my selection for the 6 from Saratoga, let's take the 6-horse No Bad Days. We'll go 6-7-2-9 in the superfecta, and we'll use all 4 of those horses in the multi-race. Let's get to the 7th event. Race 7 from Saratoga. It's an allowance race per $64,000. Race for fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and upwards, New York breds here. We have a field of 10 horses heading to the inner turf course, a distance of ground of 1,700 meters, with a mile 1/16 trip on the Saratoga inner turf course. 1,700 meters, a mile 16th. And the rails on this turf course are 9 feet. So 12 on the Melon, 9 feet on the inner. The top selection here, we're going to go with the 5-horse Marquette Legacy. We'll go 5-9-7-1 in the superfecta, 5-9 7-1 Super, top selection 5 horse Marquette's Legacy, forward played by Gio Ponte. Mark Heading trains. John Velasquez gets mount. Most recently, the horse ran the 18th of June at Belmont, 1 mile and allowance race 56,000, and the horse finished 5th by 4.5 lengths. Basically stalked all the way around the race course, but never quickened up. Off the break, he needed the race. Second off, from a starting position, drawn very well. It wouldn't surprise me if he really bounces and goes up a lot more. His buyer numbers could definitely win against these horses, I think. I think it puts him in the good rankings. 2 back on the Widener on the inner turf course at Belmont. 6th of October in a main special weight, going a mile 16th. The horse finally broke Maiden, win by 3/4 length. He stalked, he got the lead, and he held on to a very nice victory. And then before that, Belmont, mile 16th on the Widener in main special weight 6/2000, finishing second by 1 3/4 lengths. Coming from mid-pack, a little bit wide, he just missed late, but he ran very well. And then here at Saratoga last year, 1 mile in main special weight 78,000. Here on the inner turf course, he finished 6th by 2 3/4 lengths. It was very rambunctious. His first 2 starts, he was very rambunctious before the race, and I think that took a lot out of him for the running in the race. But they fixed it the last few starts. At 8-1, second off the break, let's use him. I also think the 9 horse here, Summer at the Spa, it should fit for today's races. Should also get a good run. Jonathan Thomas trains when Javier Castellano gets mount. Most recently at Belmont, going a mile on the Widener. He finished second by 2 lengths, was stupidly wide from a stupidly wide post draw. Just couldn't get there late. You need to save a little bit more ground. If he saves ground today at 3-1, I think he has a live chance. And also, the coming back here to the 7 horse, Giacosa, he's run 3 times, and I thought he's run 3 decent races. 15-1. Definitely use him there to blow up the slate pick 4. So to recount my selection for the 7 from Saratoga, let's take the 5 horse Marquette Legacy as a top selection. We'll go 5-9, 7-1 in the superfecta, 5-9-7 in the slate pick 4. To the co-featured 8th race. The traditional opening day feature is race number 8. It is the Schuylerville Stakes, Grade 3, purse $100,000, race for 2-year-old fillies. We have a field of 8 horses heading to the main track, the distance of ground of 1,200 meters, or the distance of ground of 6 furlongs here on the Saratoga main track. 1,200 meters, 6 furlongs here in the Schuylerville. My top selection, we're going to go with the number 3 horse, Beautiful Memories. We'll go 3-8 in the fork in the exacta, 3-8 exacta. We'll use both those horses in the pick 4, but the top selection is 3 horse, Beautiful Memories, 2-year-old filly by Hardspun. Mark Hassey trains. Jose Ortiz gets the mount. Only started once, but that was a very impressive victory at Churchill. 5 furlongs, made special weight 79,000. The horse won by 10 and just kept going on the front end, just kept opening up, had a lot left in the tank. Very good run. Since then, the horse has been training very well. Coming here to Saratoga, Jose Ortiz up. I think this horse is a logical winner, along with the 8 horse Hopeful Princess, cheerfully by No This Time. Steve Asmussen trains. Ricardo Santana Jr. gets mount. He started once at Churchill, 4.5 and made special weight 76,000 in mid-May, and he won by 3/4 length, and he stalked that day a little bit wide, but he was really mowing him down late. That was a good run. He's also been training very, very well, and I think his workout patterns have gotten a lot better since coming here to Saratoga with those 2 most recent workouts. At 2-1, let's use him also. But to recap my selection now for the 8th from Saratoga, it's the Grade 3 Schuylerville. We'll use the 3 horse, Beautiful Memories, and also the 8 horse Hopeful Princess, 3-8 in the exacta. Let's get to the 9th race from Saratoga. The 9th race from Saratoga, it's the Peter Pan Stakes, Grade 3, purse $100,000, race for 3-year-olds here. 9 horses are going in this unusual Traverse Prep, the distance of ground of 1,800 meters, or 1 lap around the main track, which is 1 mile and 1/8 in circumference. 1 mile, 1/8 here in the Peter Pan. And I said unusual Traverse Prep because the Traverse is in about 3 weeks' time, and usually the Peter Pan is the prep race for the Belmont run in mid-May. Now it's run in mid-July. The Jim Dandies run the closing day or the day before closing day. So, everything's mixed up. It's 2020. Nothing, up is right, blue is green. Nothing's, 100% 2020. Up is right. Top selection here. I'm going to go with the 5 horse Candy Tycoon as a top selection. We'll go 5-3-6-2 in the superfecta. 5-3-6-2 super. Top selection of 5 horse Candy Tycoon. This 3-year-old colt by Twirling Candy. Top pletcher trains. John Velasquez gets the mount. Most recent outing came the 2nd of May at Oakland, a mile 16th and optional 80, and the horse finished second by 1/4 lengths. Coming from mid-pack that day, it was really closing up well. He nearly got through Rushy. I thought that race was very impressive. Really jumped up a lot that day. Two back in the Florida Derby at Gulfstream, mile in the 8th. He finished 6th by 21 3/4 lengths. He was drawn very wide that day, and he just never really had a run. They were asking a little bit too much too soon there. And then before then, the Fountain of Youth at Gulfstream, 1 mile, 1/16th on 29th of February. He finished 2nd by 8.5 lengths. He was really closing up well late. He should have had a little bit of a better trip from the inside, I thought. And then before then, at Gulfstream, mile 16th in the main special weight, winning by 4 from the inside. He just kept going, quaking up easily. That was a very impressive victory. And then he had a very nice place going 1 turn mile at Gulfstream. From the inside, I would like to see this horse definitely forwardly placed, and I think he has the stamina to really stay the trip. 5-1. Let's take him here. Your second leg of this winner is the 3-horse Modernist. Disappointing race in the Belmont last time out. He was basically done, at the half-mile pole, but coming here, another horse forwardly placed, and he should definitely be forwardly placed from the inside. It wouldn't surprise me if he goes to wire 7-2. Let's use him. So to recap my selection for the 9th from Saratoga, it's the grade 3 Peter Pan. Let's take the 5-horse Candy Tycoon. Also give kudos to the 3-horse Modernist. We'll go 5-3-6-2 in the superfecta, 5-3 in the multi-race. Let's get to the finale, the 10th race from the Spa. The Nightcap, race number 10 from Saratoga. It's a claiming race, purse $49,000, race for fillies, mares, 3-year-olds, and upwards. Never won 2 races here. We have a field of 13 horses entered. Keep in mind, the number 13 is an also eligible, so only 12 could go to the Melon turf course, distance of ground of 1,100 meters, with a distance of ground of 5.5 furlongs on the Melon turf course. 1,100 meters, 5.5 furlongs. Top selection, we're going to go with the number 1 horse, Secure Connection. We'll go 1-6-4-12 in the superfecta. 1-6-4-12 super. Top selection, 1 horse, Secure Connection. 3-year-old filly by Data Link. Shug McGahee trains. Jose Ortiz gets the mount. Most recently, the horse ran the 4th of July at Laurel. Mile 16th in Allowance, race 50,000. He finished 3rd by 3 lengths there. Was drawn very wide that day, but never quickened up. Coming here back to 5.5, where this horse does not need to lead. I think he really run a competitive race. 2 back at Churchill, mile 8th Allowance, race 64,000. He finished 7 by 6 1/4 lengths. Again, didn't stay the trip that they had nothing. Very disappointing race. Before that, they ran him in the Florida Oaks at Tampa, mile 16th. Routing, again, just never really had a lot, and also had a very tough trip there. But coming back to a sprinting trip, when the horse sprinted early on in her career, okay, against lesser quality horses, those were decent races, especially that Laurel race. And if you look at the Delaware race going 7.5, it wasn't a sprinting trip, it was a 2-turn route. But I thought that race was, pretty decent. But cutting back to 5.5, training well. 5-2, let's take her, and let's single her to end off this card. I know, a very promising single. So to recap my selection for the 10th from Saratoga, let's take the 1 horse, Secure Connection. We'll go 1-6-4-12 in the superfecta. Single the 1 to end off this pick 4. So it's a very affordable pick 4 ticket. So good luck to all. Remember to please follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Kit 5 for more selections, and join me this Saturday for my Haskell preview and my Saratoga previews. Good luck, everybody.